Alrighty. Good morning. This is Mr. SS Swag back on the channel, SS Swag Nation. And just giving you guys a little update. My buddy was over this weekend, yesterday, with his 2010 Camaro SS, and he said he didn't really have the money to pay the labor to do a brake job. He wanted to do brakes and rotors. My buddy Kurt down at Navarre Road Auto Care was busy and he couldn't get to it. So we went and got the parts down at O'Reilly's and we did it ourselves. He wanted to change his pads and rotors. And I just wanted to give you all a little update of some of the tools we use and how they performed. The tools we got from Harbor Freight that I built this set with. And let you know how they performed. They did really good. No problems at all. First we had to take the pads off and the caliper off to get the pads out. So for that, we had to use this Pittsburgh Pro roller punch to punch out the little pins, and it worked pretty good. I mean, it got the job done. The head didn't take any damage because it's like a hard, like plastic or anything. And we used the Icon hammer, ball peen hammer, to pound them out. And all this damage wasn't from that, because like I said, that's a hard plastic pin in that thing, a head of that thing. So that didn't do this. This damage came from beating a rusted rotor off of my buddy's car. He had a Buick, a 2002 Buick, and it was rusted on. Like, I don't think he had the rotors changed when he bought the car. The person who had it might have done them a long time ago, but we had to pound it off, and we had to hammer it pretty hard, had to go at it pretty hard, and it came off pretty good. And this hammer didn't take that much damage. It's the Icon 32-ounce ball peen hammer from Harbor Freight. And it worked pretty good too. But like I said, we just had to pound this little roll punch out, Pittsburgh Pro roll punch, pound those pins out, and it didn't bend and warp. It actually held up, performed pretty good. We also had to use a 18 millimeter. Well, first of all, we had to use the Quinn Impact. I cleaned it up. It didn't take too much of a beating. A little bit of the black came off. But we had to use a Quinn 1/2-inch Impact to get the lug nuts off of the wheel. And then we had to use a 18 millimeter. No, this is 18. This is for the road. We had to use a Icon 14 millimeter socket and had to use a Icon 18 millimeter socket. And like I said, to get the rotors and the caliper off. We had to use the 17 to get the caliper off. It came out pretty good. Get the pads out of the caliper. And we had to use the 18 to get the rotors off. And man, I tell you what, this thing, it really held up. There's really no damage at all to the chrome. There's no damage to the guts. And we did have to torque them pretty good. And we used the Quinn the Icon 1/2-inch drive ratchet to do that. Pin mechanism is still nice and solid. You hear it clicking nice and solid. I WD-40'd everything down and let it soak, and then I wiped it down as usual. The gears still sound good, nice and tight. 92 gear socket. We use that. It did its job pretty good. We had to use, I think this is a T 30, a T30. Had to use a T30 Torx socket. It's Icon as well. You can see the Icon label on it. T30 to get the little screw out of the back. And then we had to use the Hercules impact drill, and it worked real good. And you see, you can put it, you see the kick, got pretty good kick. And it performed real good to get the screws out of the three little screws out of the rotors before we remove the bolts from them. And we used the Hercules bit Phillips screwdriver head in it to pull the screws out. It worked, held up good. You can see I WD-40 everything down. It's still moist. We used the Quinn breaker bar. The Quinn breaker bar with the impact rated end on it, 1/2 inch. And we had to do this to break the bolts free to get the lug nut off. It worked good. And we had to use the Bauer 1/2 inch drive impact ratchet to get behind the calipers, get the bolt off the back of the caliper, the 18 millimeter bolt to get off the back of the caliper to remove it. And this little thing, man, worked great. It's the Bauer brushless 20 volt impact ratchet. And we got the Bauer 20 volt 5 amp hour battery on it. And man, it's a slow speed. It's not the high speed one, but man, it broke that thing off. I just had to touch this and it loosened it right up. It really performed. So like I say, as you can see, it's still moist with WD-40. The socket didn't take a beating. And the bolt was rusted pretty good on the back end. It snatched it right off, man, no problem. And then we used the Quinn torque wrench because, you know, you got torque to spec bolts in there that you have to replace. You can't use them. And this baby was accurate. It got it the right torque spec. We put it on a torque tester we got also from Harbor Freight, and it torqued out where it was supposed to. And man, it really did a great job. And like I said, after I used all my tools, I spray them down with WD-40. I let it soak about 10 minutes, and I wiped it down. Then I put a little light film on it, just to prevent rust. We're gonna have a rainy day in Canton, Ohio today, and I don't want my things to rust. So I made sure I cleaned it up, WD-40'd it down, and put it back where it goes. Same with breaker bar. A WD-40 do impact head down. You know, the impact sockets, they rust quicker than the chrome sockets. But I WD-40'd it down, let it soak. Then I put it back where it goes. And the same thing with this. You know, it's still a little moist, you can tell a little bit, but I wipe it down pretty good. And put it back where it goes. And that's how you take care of your tools, man. You take care of your tools, like I said before, they'll take care of you. So everything performed. Really, this is becoming my little go-to ratchet. My Icon little 3/8 drive stubby. It's becoming my go-to ratchet, man. I really like this little buddy. This little thing, man. You can reach in tight spots and still you have enough. You can torque on it enough to remove whatever you got to remove. And like I said, you can hear the gears. I only got one hand. I'm holding this dang on phone, but yeah, the switch mechanism sounds great. And I've used this thing quite a bit, man, since I bought it. But it's becoming my little go-to ratchet. Another ratchet I really like is my Icon 3/8 drive flex ratchet. I use it a lot too. But like I said, I keep all these ratchets because, well, they claim, the status quo is that they claim the average mechanic has 18 ratchets. Well, I might be a little overkill because I got like 25. But like I said, I have so many ratchets because if I'm doing a clean job, I use my comfort grips. If I'm doing a dirty job, I use my hard grips because the hard grips easy to wipe the oil and grime and dirt out of your stuff, out of your grips. And you get oil and dirt and grime in these, buddy, you're not getting it out. So I always wear my nitrile gloves, rubber gloves, when I'm using these. And I also keep a shop towel handy, sprayed down with not WD-40, a glass cleaner or something with a little ammonia in it where I can really get my hands clean before I grab one of this thing. But yeah, man, everything worked good. I know it was a light job. Oh, we had to use my, can't leave out my Craftsman pliers. We had to use my Craftsman needle nose to pull the pin all the way out so the little spring didn't pop out and fly everywhere. And then I also used the end of them, just the pliers to pry the caliper open a little bit, get the pad out. But like I said, man, everything performed good, man. Like I said, we used the Quinn 22 millimeter socket to remove the lug nuts. You can see a little bit of black came off of it, but not much. And we used the 18 millimeter socket from Icon. It performed. It did its job. Inside, you can see the teeth didn't really take a beating. Of course, like I said, I cleaned the heck out of my tools, but you don't see any nicks or marring on the teeth. We used the 17 millimeter Icon socket. The guts are good. You don't see any marring inside the jaws. Same as no marring in there, and the guts down here. I didn't mention the guts on this one. The guts are really held up pretty good. And like I said, we're using my Pittsburgh Pro roll pin punch with the, I think this is phenolic, a black phenolic end on it. But it didn't warp, didn't bend, did its job. Like I say, man, the tool is metal. Metal's metal. Yeah, some grades of metal are better than the others, but everything worked. My Icon T30 torque, it worked real good. And my Bauer, I was really impressed with my Bauer 1/2-inch drive impact ratchet. Bauer is the cheap line. Well, I'm not gonna say cheap because cheap implies that it's junk. It's the least expensive, the best consumer priced electric power tools at Harbor Freight. It's right below the Hercules. The Hercules line, I can't say enough about. The Hercules line, man, I tell you, man, this Hercules brushless line, it performs with Milwaukee. I've seen tests done with Milwaukee, DeWalt, every other electric power tool brand out there. And it performs right with them, man, if not above them in some cases. And I can't say enough about the Hercules line. The Hercules line is great. The Bauer line is great. If you're looking for your bang for the buck with a nice warranty, I mean, these Hercules have 5-year warranties on them, and the batteries have 5-year warranties on them. And you don't have to purchase that warranty. And they're starting to sell them in combo kits. The Hercules and the Bauer come in combo kits. So, I mean, these things perform well, man. They really do. Forgot how I had this thing in here. We'll figure it out. How did I have this thing in here? I know I had it. No, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, man, everything performed great. And these Hercules bit sets, I tell you, man, I've been using those a lot too, and I have used them with no fail. Everything worked great, man. Everything is priced great. Everything worked great. I was really impressed with the performance. And I just want to give you guys a little update video on me after use of the tool, my thoughts of how it performed, how it held up. And I wanted to show you the condition that all the sockets and everything was in after I was done. Some of the bolts were rusted on pretty good. Like I said, it was a 2010 Camaro. And I tell you, man, this thing just snatched those bolts out like they were nothing. I mean, it kind of scared me because I'm like, whoa, this thing is done already. I was expecting to have to let it work a minute, but it really performed, man. I'm impressed with it. I hope you guys are impressed with it. Like I said, bang for the buck. Man, Harbor Freight is hard to beat. It's no longer a surplus junk store like it used to be. It is actually a tool store where you can buy quality tools for the DIYer or the professional mechanic with a good warranty. If anything breaks, you can take it right back. No questions asked. If it's their product, they don't need a receipt. They don't need to know where you got it from. They don't need to know who you bought it off, how long you bought it off of that person. If you bought it at a pawn shop, if you found it in the back of a used vehicle you bought, don't matter. You break it, you go in, you get it warranted. That's their policy. And I have had nothing but really good interactions with the Harbor Freight crew at our local Harbor Freight on Whipple. And my boy Randy that works there, every time I go in, he's grabbing the coupon notebook, trying to find me a discount, trying to find me extra pricing off. We really made a good rapport with each other. And that's what it's about, man. Building relationships with people and getting to know people. And, you know, once you know people, you build a rapport with them, build a relationship with them. They actually it doesn't become a customer worker environment. It becomes a friendship you build, a relationship you build with these people, man. I mean, hell, it's you end up inviting them over for barbecues or inviting them out to get drinks and wings or something. You learn them, you understand them, they understand you. You build that relationship with them. They bend over backwards for you over and over again. Like I said, the man is always pulling out there's no sales today. So, there's always a sale at Harbor Freight. There's always a coupon. We'll find you something. He gets me 10%, 15%, 20%. I mean, they bend over backwards for you. They're really good people. Everyone I've met there is friendly, real sociable, really nice people, man. And like I said, you can get a quality tool that will fit your budget. And you can get the job done. If the tool breaks, you go back, you get it again. You buy it, you get a new one. You walk in with a broke one, you walk out with a new one. And like I said, I've never had a problem. And no bashing the tool trucks. I want to stress this fact. I am never bashing the tool trucks. If that's in your budget, by all means, yeah, their tools are great. But there's also great tools out there that you can get for a lower price. The guy made a video the other day on YouTube about, that Quinn is junk. I used it 3 times and I use it to remove this lug nut or this bolt. And as soon as you put 180, 200 foot-pounds of torque on them, they snap. Dude, why are you putting 280? Why in the world would I use this socket to break a bolt? This is a 1/2-inch drive Icon socket. Why in the hell would I ever use it to break a bolt loose, 200 foot-pounds, that has 200 foot-pounds of torque on it? No, I'd get my impact. I'd get my impact breaker bar, and I'd break it off. I would not put a chrome socket, 1/2-inch drive socket on anything to break off a 200 foot-pound bolt. Eventually, you do it over and over and over again, your socket's going to fail. because it's not built to do that job. So people just buy what you can afford. Stay within your budget. Don't feel the peer pressure. If you've been working at a dealership and you see all your buddies in there that has Matco and Cornwell and Snap-on toolboxes and Mac toolboxes and all these big expensive tools, which there's nothing wrong. They're really good tools. They're quality tools. And yes, they may hold up longer over repeated use than some of these tools. But remember, these tools have a warranty, and we don't have to wait on a tool truck to come. You can just get in your car, drive to your Harbor Freight, drive back to your dealership, get the job done. But I mean, it's just buy what's in your budget. Take care of what you can take care of and what's in your budget and your needs. So that's all I wanted to say, man. I appreciate you guys all tuning in to my videos, and I use this more than anything. This damn little shop fan, it's on low. Now it's on high. And I mean, it blows. It is really a good fan. And like I say, it's dual power. It's either battery, it runs on the battery, the 20-volt batteries from Hercules, or it has its own AC power outlet. So, just buy what you guys can afford, man. Enjoy yourself. And hey, get your job done the best you can get your job done. But that's all I wanted to say, man. And dude, listen, I do appreciate you guys. Like I was saying, I got through off track there a minute. I do respond to each and every comment that I get personally. I don't have anybody working for me. I'm a small channel, and I don't have anybody working for me. I don't have editors. I usually do my filming off of a phone because my camera's down. I'm going to get another one. I'm going to get another Hero when I get the money. And I do respond to each and every one of you guys' comments. But the problem is I'm busy doing it throughout the day. I'm golfing, or I'm retired now. I had my detail shop for 40 years. I'm retired now. So I do respond to you guys every single comment. But sometimes I'll look and you comment 2 hours ago. You comment 3 days ago. One guy commented 11 days ago. And I check all my videos that I post. I go through each and every one of them every night. When I come in and settle down, I see you guys' comments for every video I made. I respond to them personally because I appreciate you guys. Like I said, 99% of you guys have said nothing but positive, kind words to me. And I want you to know out there, I really appreciate it. And I do personally take my time to respond to every single one of your comments. So if you go back on my videos, I'm not saying go back and watch them again. I'm not pandering for watch hours. Go back, tap on the video, go to the comment section, scroll through, look at your comment, and I guarantee you'll see I comment eventually on every video. I really appreciate you guys, and I want you guys to have a blessed day as usual. I want you guys to try to treat everyone you run into kind and righteously, and I want you to have success in any endeavor that you embark upon. I want your household to be blessed, you and your family, your friends. And I just want you to know I pray for you guys every day. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your comments and your viewership. Okay, I used to say if you like this video, like and subscribe. But I don't say that anymore because that's something that you have to decide you want to do. If you like my video and enjoy it, then you do it. I'll never get on here and pander for views, pander for subscribers. I make these videos for you guys to show you my experience and what works for me, and what maybe can work for you if your budget doesn't fit the tool truck budgets. But that being said, man, y'all have a blessed day. And it rained a lot here this weekend. We didn't get to go any car shows. Last weekend, rather. It's going to rain a little bit today. You can see my buddy Brian put it in the window. You can see how crooked this garage is. It's off so bad he couldn't get the windows. He got the windows squared up, but he was worried about this gap on each side. I said, look, dude, the window's in, it's squared up, and when I get done drywalling and doing all the stuff in here, you'll never even notice that. But he came down, his foot's doing a little better. He just don't want to get up on the ladder and put the weight of a three-piece LVL, 20-foot LVL across here, probably until the next week or the week after. But like I said, I'll keep you guys posted on the progress of the garage. One guy made a comment. He said, I can't wait to see what your garage goals turn out to be. And believe me, I'm going to post them as we go and show you guys all of that. But that's coming later. But like I said, I appreciate you guys, man. And you guys have a blessed and eventful day. Peace out from SS Swag Nation, Mr. SS Swag.